Hey, what's up guys? Ash here, Nation 1033. Today's video we're going to be navigating 5 stars to 6 stars and unworldly stats. And like most of my videos, we are going to go into theory first, what you should be going for, why you should be going for it. And then later on we're actually going to rebuild my Major Morgan because he just hit 6 stars, and we're going to go through the whole process, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm in an interesting spot in my game right now where I have some 6-star heroes, I have some, just 5-star heroes, and so we'll start with Panda, who just got 5 stars. So one, keep in mind we're focusing on 6 stars today. This is separate from breakthrough skills and which you should choose first, right? I would just say keep in mind that you need 50 fragments to unlock your level 1 breakthrough skill of any officer, and you will need 58 fragments for each grade of going from 5-star to 6-star, and that will then unlock at each grade. Every tier of 5-star unlocks one unworldly stat, right? And so that's what we're going to focus on today. So right here, this is a fresh 5-star hero. And I have my own priorities, and I have my own budget of what I want to upgrade first or second and whatnot. But I think there's a lot of players in my alliance right now that are kind of getting to this point, and I think it's going to help a lot. So let's go into someone that's gotten a little bit further along. My Zeus, right? He is at 5-star, grade 2. Right, and notice that even at grade 2, 58 fragments, it'll be like this for every single one. And if you do 58 times 5, that's 290, I think. So you need 290 fragments to go from 5-star to 6-star. And when you do go up a grade, you are essentially going to get a random unworldly stat. Now, it will be pulled from this pool over here. You can click on this eye for information. And each hero will have different stats that go up. They won't have the same across the board, but there will be some regular things, right? So every hero can get long range attack. Every hero can get melee hit, right? And keep in mind that there's ranks of these as well. Goes all the way down to green. And the short version is, blue is better than green. Purple is better than blue, and of course orange is legendary, whatever you want to call it. This is the final form, and even within this there are S ranks, right? So if we look at one of my more completed officers, I would say Alexandria here has 4 S's and then 1 double S, and the highest you can get is a triple S. Okay, so should you wait for that? That's a budget question. But let's go ahead and get into this. So you can, with Zeus, right? I have 2 skills that were completely randomized, and they're not bad. Hit for long range troops and cross nation, that's good. That's definitely good. And then increased defensive melee troops, not bad, although it's only blue, right? And so from here, you can actually remodel them, and you can randomize all of the tiers that you had before, right? And we're going to go ahead and remodel it, but first I want to explain that you can also keep a stat too, so you can actually pay an extra fragment to lock it, right? So now I will keep increased hit of long range troops in cross nation battle, but I will still randomize increased defensive melee troops, right? And so it's just important to note that if you just randomize all 5 of these, it will only cost 1 fragment. But as you get ones that you want to keep, that will cost an extra fragment, right? So me keeping that will now cost 2. And if I wanted to keep this and I was opening tier 3, then it would be 3, 4, 5, etc., right? So it can certainly get expensive, and eventually, I would say you want, S-star skills as a whole. But just to show a quick remodeling, actually no, we're going to do that with Major Morgan later. So And so I don't want to say this is the goal, but this is pretty close. My Alexandria is pretty good. The best, no, but for what little I've put into her so far, this is not bad. So for sure, you want like attack of long-range troops. You know, it should mirror your skills to begin with. So you know, long-range attack, long-range expert, melee hip. You know, it's seeing you know, boosted hip on melee troops cross nation or regular, awesome. You know, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put up kind of just a JPEG of what you should be prioritizing, right? For the most part, you will see long-range attack and long-range attack cross-nation as two, you know, mandatory skills, as well as melee hip cross-nation, right? And cross-nation just means it'll affect all of the battles that you would normally see, you know, Void and Frenzy, Ironblood, Triangle War, Uranium Mines, all of that, right? Really, the base nation stuff, you know, long-range attack will only affect Mother of Doom and Doom Iron Grip and fighting within your own nation, essentially. There are preferred priorities as well, you know, like just the base melee hip or, you know, long-range hip for cross-nation. This is really up to you, but I would say that the ones that are black starred are mandatory, and I think they're very good. Also, we have the Drill Master 6-star priority. This will be a little bit different, and also keep in mind if you guys have, if you're a mid-range build or even a melee build, you may have, you know, a different priority. But this will give you a rough idea of, you know, what you should be aiming for, at least in my opinion. Anyway, at any time you guys can obviously pause and, you know, take a look at these. That'll be good. So let's do a rebuild. So my Major Morgan recently got 6 stars, and we should start going into pick one Unworldly stats. So if you guys look at my Zeus, you will notice this is grayed out. And that's because the pick one Unworldly stats feature unlocks when officers reach 6 stars. So you have to unlock all 5 tiers for this to open up. What does pick one do? Well, pick one do actually lets you pick what you want to change instead of just randomizing it and having this, you know, awful luck. You can actually pick, and you can pick between, you know, S rank 1, S rank 2, and S rank 3, or triple S, whatever you want to call it. The problem is that it will take 100 books of pick 1 for S rank, 300 books for 2S rank, and 1,000 books for triple S rank. How do you get these books, right? You get these by remodeling. And as you keep remodeling, it records that and gives you the pick 1 books. However, it's very important to say it doesn't start until you get 6 stars. So you'll notice completely grayed out for Zeus. That also means that the game is keeping track of your fragments for each character. So if you look at my Alexandria, you can see I have 26 books. Zeus has none, so it's not a shared pool either. That would be really nice. That would also save a lot of money, but Camel's not in the business of letting us save money. That's for sure. So important to note, you know, if you guys could just grab all 5 tiers into 6-star and not remodel them, but if they're really bad, like these aren't horrible, but if they're really bad, if they're all blue or somehow green, you know, of the stats, then I would remodel them. You know, for a couple fragments to get something useful, I would do that. And yeah, you might miss out on a few pick 1 Unworldly stats, but you know, if you can get at least a rough, decent view of it, it would not be bad. So with that in mind, I currently have 73 pick 1 books. And we are going to spend enough today to get 100 and then force an S rank on here. So let's take a look at what I've gotten so far, right? I have a Purple A rank, increase max limit of fleet troops, and this is not cross-nation related. This isn't bad, it's also not good, right? You want an S rank of this because this is Morgan's primary function. I have a receive experience bonus after killing zombies. This is not bad. This is pretty good, actually. You know, this will work similar to comprehension and your other skill books. You know, again, your skills for 6 stars should mirror in some form or way your skills in the actual game. So if we move on to S, increase mobility recovery speed. This is massive. This is very important to the game. You know, killing more zombies means more commander experience. More commander experience means more skills. It means more parts for equipment. It means more officer XP to dole out. You know, like this is an amazing drop. So these two I want to keep, the XP bonus and the mobility recovery speed. Then I have a blue max limit increase of fleet troops for cross nation. This is good. This is the type we want. It's just not the rank we want, right? And then finally, I have a S rank for increased max soldier recruitment. This would be great on Loreline. I'm not really interested in having it on Morgan. So we are going to be randomizing the first one, the fourth one, and the fifth one. And that's mostly because the first and the fourth one, I'm trying to get a higher rank. And then the fifth one, I don't know. I guess we'll see what comes from it. So here we go. So we are going to remodel, right? Again, if I wanted to remodel everything, this would only cost 1 fragment, and that's not bad. But then I would lose my XP bonus, and I would lose my mobility recovery speed. So we are going to lock these two. And notice now, again, it will cost 3 fragments for me to remodel. And it's going to remodel just the first, fourth, and fifth tiers of stats. So here we go. And hopefully we get some good stuff here. Increased fleet speed, meh. Number of reinforcement troops and ally, meh. And lowered max soldier recruitment, definitely meh. And so that costs us 3 fragments. We're going to remodel again. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so S rank of max limit of fleet troops. We're going to be replacing this. Troop recruitment speed, meh. Again, max soldier recruitment. I don't know why they keep harping on it, but they want to give it to me. Whatever. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace, right? And keep in mind, I'm going to lose my S rank increased max soldier recruitment because I don't think it really fits. And then I still need a max limit of fleet troops in cross nation battle. So we're going to go ahead and replace. Notice now it's up here, and that's my actual skills, right? And so when we get to this now, I'm going to lock that S, right? And so we're just going to go for these 2. And notice now that we have 3 locked, it's 4 fragments. And you guys can see how this gets incredibly expensive. But keep in mind that every time that you burn these fragments, they're going towards your Unworldly stats pick 1 books, right? We'll get to that shortly here. So I'm going to go ahead and remodel an S rank of reinforced troops and ally can send to help. Cute, but no. Healing speed wounded, +1. Cute, but no. Again, cross nation, what we want, but it's only blue. And then increased fleet speed wouldn't be bad. If I got an S rank of that, I might consider keeping that. We're going to remodel again. Max capacity of wounded, meh. Again, blue, max limit of fleet troops in cross nation battle, not what I need. Reroll again. Ooh, this is not bad. This is not bad. The thing is I planned on, if I didn't get this randomized, on showing you guys the Unworldly book. So we're going to just keep on going until we get at least 100 books. Yep, trash. And one more time. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with this, even though I'm not ecstatic about it. Actually, you know what? Since we have 8 fragments, let's go ahead and see if we can. Ah, look at that! They want to give it to me. I can feel it, you know. So what we're going to do, we'll do one more. Yeah, and we'll just end up keeping the increased fleet speed. So ultimately, I didn't get anything, right? So we'll go ahead and replace, but it's really not much of a change, as you can see. So this is what we're going to do. Now that I'm completely out of fragments, right? I'm 6 stars. Unfortunately, I did not get the max limit of fleet troops in cross-nation battle. I'm going to use my pick one Unworldly stats, right? And we are going to choose the increased max limit of fleet troops in cross-nation, because this is by far the most powerful one that you can get for Morgan and Saki. So, again, we used some fragments into some books. I had like 75, 76 or so when we started. Now we have over 100. I can choose to force this on there, right? Increase max limit of fleet troops in cross-nation battle. And I'm going to go ahead and replace. And this is going to force it. It has no choice. So if you spend enough, as is all things in this game, you'll eventually have enough fragments to get exactly what you want. Now, how realistic is it to get, triple S for some of this stuff? 1,000 fragments? That's a lot, guys. You don't even get, I don't think you even burn that many fragments going from, rank 1 to 6 stars. So that's ridiculous, right? It's just absurd. But you guys can see the process now of how they've set it up. And I am kind of glad that they have this kind of pick one books. I just don't think I will ever save up to a triple S. It doesn't make sense to me. And also, while we're talking about it, should you in your randomizations get an S, and let's just say it's like a triple S, you might want to keep it. And even if it's not part of your primary skills, the rarity of getting a triple S is so, uncommon that you might want to keep it. So let's, for example, obviously if you got the stats that you wanted, long range attack, cross nation, melee hip, cross nation, you would want triple S, right? But let's say you get a triple S for defensive melee troops. Not bad. I would probably keep it, because you would never have to change that out ever again. And then I would boost the heck out of it. And, from there, so now that we have it, you can actually increase it by fortifying. And this is probably the final piece of it, right? So if you wanted to, currently it says 2,000. If you put your skill books into it, I could fortify it, 8 levels, and it'll go from an increase of 2,000 to 5,200, right? I'm not going to do that yet because I haven't quite figured out whether I want to keep just the S rank or not, right? And keep in mind the cross-nation version is always higher than the in-nation version, right? So you guys can see the S rank of my max limit of fleet troops, period, is plus 1,200. But the increased max limit of fleet troops in cross-nation battle for cross-nation is 2,000. So they kind of put an emphasis on, the cross-nation combat later on. Anyway, quite a bit of information. I think I explained it pretty well. As always, if you guys have any questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I think this is really important for the players that eventually get this far. It's not an easy road. It is pretty expensive. You can get this over the course of like a year just naturally by trading fragments to the distribution center and all that stuff, right? But this should be a good idea of what to expect kind of towards the end game. It doesn't really get further than this, at least for officers, right? So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until next time.